Now, for those of you that are doing addition mathematics, this may be very useful. So we are looking at finding area under the curve. For example, the question here says find the area under the curve y is equal to x raised to the power 3 plus 2 from x is equal to -1 to x is equal to 2. So those are the limits that they have actually given you. So now, of course, if you look at the -1, this is the smallest number, so we call this one as being the lower limit. And because that's the highest value, we call it as being the upper, so that is the upper limit. So in order for you to find the area under the curve, you need to integrate. For example, I can say, the area, which I'll abbreviate as A, will be equal to the integral of the function, in this case, for making up the curve, which is y with respect to x, so y dx. So what are the limits in this case? The upper limit is a 2, so you put it on top, and the lower limit at the bottom there. So we can now replace the function there. So the function that we are dealing with, y, is simply x raised to the power 3 plus 2, but we are integrating that with respect to x. You bring your lower and your upper limit. So when we integrate that, remember, you can integrate individually, so that is going to be x raised to the power 4 divided by 4 plus, that one will become just 2x. Then whatever that we have there, we enclose it in bracket, and we are going to put up, in this case, our limit. Remember, when you're integrating, if you have got x raised to the power 3, you simply say plus 1, you add the exponent, you add 1, then you divide by the new power, which is a 4. So this will give you x raised to the power 4 over 4. If you just have a constant and they tell you that you're integrating that, you give it just a letter. So that's the way it is. So now what we need to do, we just need to replace the upper limit minus what we are calling as being the lower limit. So in this case, my area will be equal to, so that will be 2 raised to the power 4, over 4 plus 2 multiplied by 2. So this is replacing the upper limit. We subtract by replacing the lower limit into that expression. So it will be -1 raised to the power 4 over 4 plus 2 multiplied by -1. Now I want to quickly tell you what that exactly simply means. Remember, this is the upper limit. You subtract when you replace the lower limit. So this is the upper limit. Now let me just start it from there. So this is the upper limit. So you replace the upper limit minus replacing the lower limit into the expression there. So what is that going to give us? So the area is going to be 2 raised to the power 4, that is 16 over 4, plus a 4 there, minus, if you work out that, -1 raised to the power 4 will give you a 1 over 4 minus a 2 there. So we can use a calculator and actually work out that. So if you notice, 16 over 4, in this case, plus a 4 there, that is going to give us 8 minus, if I work out that again, it will be 1 over 4 minus 2, that is going to give me a -7 over 4. Negative and negative will give us a positive, so it will be 8 plus 7 over 4. When you add that, that is 8 plus 7 over 4, that is going to give you, in this case, 39 over 4. If you want, you can end there and simply say, square units. But of course, we can leave it as we can actually leave it as a mixed fraction. So that would be 9/3 over 4, and that would be square units. So you don't need to forget to put up the square units because you are finding the area. So this is the way you can actually find the area under the curve. But suppose the area was below the x-axis. This time we are considering the area above the x-axis, but suppose it was below the x-axis. So I'll show you that concept in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.